All right, so here we go. We just got done relaxing the nervous system, getting that tissue to kind of relax using the static back and the lacrosse balls. If not, hopefully you've done something to warm up this tissue. Remember, we do not do static stretching as a way to actually relax muscles. We use it as a diagnostic tool to see where our body's at and how stiff and tight it may be, or as a re-educational tool. And so in this instance, if I can get it out, we are using it to help re-educate. So I'm assuming you've already done the static back or the lacrosse ball, taken a hot shower or bath, have this tissue relaxed, and now we're going to go in and elongate it so that it relaxes at its end range. Another great time to do this sort of static stretching is after a workout when your body is nice and warm and it's tired and it's going to start to shorten, and we relax it in a elongated state. All right? Boy, can't get anything out today. But, you know, hey, just like a lot of things, folks, we don't have to be perfect. We just got to show up. We got to do the work. That's what we're going to do now. So we're going to begin on our back. We're going to bring our ankles together, our knees together, 90 degrees. We're going to roll to the side. Your opposite shoulder, you're going to think about squeezing the shoulder blade to the ground as you reach and relax that elbow down. Now, on a scale of 0 to 10, when you're in this position, okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, we want to be just like the lacrosse ball, somewhere between a 4 and an 8. We're not trying to stretch the muscle. We're bringing it to that end range of motion. You should be there nice and relaxed and breathing with that diaphragmatic breath. Okay? We're bringing it to the edge, backing off slightly, and getting the tissue and the nervous system a chance to relax and elongate and feel comfortable in that position. Okay? So give me a nice deep belly breath in. Exhale. Now we're going to bring those knees up and over to the other side. So we come up, we come over, again, ankle on ankle, knee on knee, heads back. We're opening up that chest by squeezing the shoulder blade down and letting that arm come comfortable wherever it may be. Now, if you are keeping an eye on me and just watching this, you will see that I've got some major asymmetries and that I'm sitting up now and I'm talking to you, right? That's fine. Don't expect both sides to be perfect. Given your sports and our life and our lifestyles, one side's going to be a little more stiff than the other. And it's not about trying to look like somebody on Instagram or in a yoga book somewhere. It's about you taking a moment to figure out where your body's at and helping to maintain good, healthy tissue and nice elongated tissue so that your joints and movement operate the way that you want them to. All right? So we take another nice deep breath in. Exhale. Now we're going to come back to center. And we're going to take our right ankle. We're going to put it over our right knee. Then we're going to roll onto our left hip. And our right foot is going to go flat. Then we're going to take and grab our right knee with our left hand, kind of pull it in slightly. Again, shoulder blade down on the right side. And now you're going to start feeling this nice and deep in that right hip. So we're getting those gluteal muscles, those piriform muscles, piriformis muscle right through here, getting all of this nice and going. Now, sometimes you may feel a tightness in the hip, a jamming. All we need to do there is straighten out that left leg, let that knee slide down. That's going to open that up. And that should take away from any distress there. All right? Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. Now we're going to come back to center and we're switching that up, right? So now we've got the left ankle over the right knee. We're folding again. You should should be getting into these positions comfortably. This 40 seconds or so that we're in, and I suggest holding these anywhere from 40 seconds to 2 minutes, just like the lacrosse ball. If you're able to breathe from the diaphragm, down-regulate the nervous system, and just slowly allow that tissue to relax and feel comfortable at the end range. Again, I cannot say it enough. When we're doing static stretching, we're not trying to pull our muscle apart or make it go somewhere it doesn't want to. We're using our breath and the positioning to allow it to drift into a nice new range of motion. All right, now let's come back to center. Leg straight. We're going to bring that right leg up nice and tall. Keep it straight. We're going to push through the heel, curl the toe. Rest the big toe on the ground. Again, letting that shoulder come down, palm up. We breathe in, exhale, and sink our big toe and our right shoulder into the ground. Nice and relaxed, getting some nice light spinal twisting going here. Now, everybody's going to be a little different. Some of you may be able to get into more of almost a 90 degree, bringing that toe way up and over. Again, it's not a right or wrong. We're not looking to be models here of any sort. We're looking to meet our body where it's at today and do an inventory and help to relax it by bringing it and making it feel comfortable. We're not getting it to elongate because we're making it go somewhere. We're coaxing it. All right? So come on back to center. Both legs straight again. Now we're going to lift that left leg up. Push through the heel. Squeeze that quad. Get it nice and tight. Curl the toe. Head back. Shoulder blade down. Palm up. So we're breathing in. Exhale. Sinking that shoulder blade into the ground. Deep breath in. Exhale. Now this is a great little routine that you can do on your own. I set a timer, again, depending on where I'm at, that recurs every 40 seconds to 2 minutes, depending where I'm at, and I just go. Some days I don't use a timer. Some days I'm free flowing it and I'm just going with my breath and spending more time in some positions than others. It's not a right or a wrong. It's just where you're at. All right? So now we come on back to center. Now we're going to go into a butterfly position. We're going to bring the bottom of our feet together. We're going to let our knees just fall and open up. I'm just going to let gravity work these adductors. And you can even squeeze them open a little bit using those glute muscles if you want. Deep breath in and just feel everything sinking into the ground. Just enjoying the settling, the calming. Deep breath in. Exhale. All right, and now go ahead and sit up. We're going into our hip flexor stretch. All right, this is when it comes to dealing with low back and hip issues and pain. These hip flexors are giving us all sorts of problems. So now that we got everything relaxed, we're going to open these up. And the key thing to remember is whether you're doing a kneeling, standing version, is that you want to keep your hips, your knee, and your ankle straight ahead like they're on railroad tracks. The same thing is true with the back, right? If you were looking at me from behind, this is where we want to be. We don't want this foot coming off to the side or this way or that way. We want everything in a nice straight fashion there, right? I'm bringing in a ball here so I can actually relax. If I'm sitting here and I'm trying to balance, I'm not going to get that hip flexor to relax. So I'm dropping the hip. I'm not leaning forward. My chest is tall. My belly button is pointed straight ahead. And I'm just chilling, taking a deep breath in Exhale. Just letting that hip flexor elongate, taking a lot of that pressure off of where that attaches to the low back by opening that up. Hip flexor is easily the most dominant muscle when it comes to back pain for most individuals because of all the sitting and the type of walking a lot of people do. So now we just switch. Again, keeping everything nice and aligned. We let that hip drop forward. Now, if you're in this stretch and you want to make it a little more advanced, not advanced, but you want a little bit bigger of a stretch as you drop that hip, rotate your belly button and your gaze towards the top of your knee. That's going to be elongating that hip flexor and giving you a little bit more of a stretch into that psoas and iliacus area. All right. Now, I always love to finish all of my hip work doing this. Again, the psoas is a huge player here. I love finishing up, doubling up with this stretch, right? So, and what you're going to find is if you get into your normal position, you're going to be able to sink another 10, 20 degrees just by getting into it because you've allowed that nervous system to feel comfortable in that end range with the first round. Now it meets that barrier and says, oh, I've been here, and goes a little deeper. So if you want to up the ante a little bit and start getting a little hamstring on that top end, you can start working into a split. And now that hip comes forward, and then we think about dropping that hip in. Now we get a little bit more of a 2-for-1 here. We're getting a hamstring on that lead leg. We're getting that hip flexor on the rear leg. Again, keeping everything in line. Deep breath in. We exhale. Let everything settle. All right, and then we finish up with a little switch. Switch it on up. Lining everything up nicely. Finding where it's comfortable. And slowly relaxing into a nice breath that's allowing this tissue to elongate. Now, this video, it's instructional. Got a lot of talking, going over some of the details. Watch this a few times, figure out those details, and once you've got those details down, it's not going to take you 15, 20 minutes, right? You pick out 4 of your favorite exercises, go them for 40 seconds, we're under 10 minutes. And you can elongate that QL, keep that piriformis nice, keep those hip flexors nice and elongated, and stay out of pain. All right, guys. Nice little basic elongation series of the hips, low back. You should be feeling great right now. Go out, take on the world, do something fabulous.